Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. We need to remind you be careful. Try to be on a sim before you start using a live account. And please read the disclosure for the risk in the market. And we wish everyone a happy new year. And we hope this year it will be pleasant to all the traders. Normally we start at 10 o'clock and now it's 9:50 and absolutely we will start at 10 o'clock. So we're gonna stay quiet and then we digest the market at 10 o'clock. Thank you. Okay, welcome back everyone. And today, like what we did predicted last year, the same day like last year, we said it was going to be wild ride. And last year we have seen on the auto trade, one trade on the Nasdaq, 21,000, 22,000, one trade on the ES, 14, 15,000 on one trade. That's how the market was last year. What we are expecting this year, the first quarter is going to be a little adjustment and sideways. But then once we are done with the first quarter, I think the bottom is finished. Whether you are on a crypto or you are on the stocks or you are on the future trade, I don't want to talk about the currency. There is not clear at the moment with the Forex, but and especially the euro dollar at the moment is 106. It used to be 1.25, and and I'm not sure about the euro dollar at this moment because of the crisis of in Europe, but um, I'm expecting on the future trading the first quarter we're gonna see a lot of sideways when we are auto trading or when we are trading the first quarter, and then I think we're gonna start crawling back up to the older levels. Also in the cryptocurrency, I don't I don't listen to anyone uh, on the channels or Twitter or anything. What we do, we analyze on the chart, and not we're not using the same what they are using, moving averages and all this nonsense. We have some different tools. We try to see where is the cryptocurrency, which I will cover, but not today. I will cover how uh, is going to be, and I think we have hit almost the bottom. Maybe it might go a little bit lower, but this is it. So it is also a good place to invest the long term. Cryptocurrency is not valid for day trading. Cryptocurrency, it is for buying, putting it in your wallet. Maybe your kids will have your wallet, but it's a long term. But for a daily trading, I don't see anything better than the future trading. Even the stocks is a very slow process and it require tons of money. Where if you do your homework on the future, it is can be really get consistency even better than the crypto or the stocks, in my opinion. So for the amount of money you do on a day trading currency within the last 20, now we are going to 29 years, I have not seen any day trading process on the currency. What I do usually, I secure and make an average price on the currency and then hold on sometimes from 3 weeks to 5 weeks to 2 months, 3 months. And on the euro dollar, I had position on 113, I had position on 108, I have a position on 103, and I have heavy position when the euro went below the $1 a few months ago. I put a lot in there, uh, hard money and at the broker on both of sides. So um, the currency, and then I get the average price, and sometimes I will cash in. But for the future trading, it is the best for a daily process for the daily trading. The future trading, if you learn how to do the consistency, how you analyze your chart before you start auto trading, uh, the 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 future trading is much cleaner on a daily basis if you know how to read the charts in conjunction with the auto trade. reading the chart not to take a trade manually, reading the chart to know where you are in the market and how you react when you're auto trade taking a trade. As an example here, for the ones that's been following us, if we look at this number here, which you can see, this is the number below the 38, 41, 25, exactly to the take. This is below that number is short only. Once this market cross this number is long only. So when we are auto trading, we understand, if we notice here, it's a very clear picture. Anyone, even an amateur trader, can see it, that you see the bars has hit the 38, 41, 25, and continue to going back to drop down, indicating that you should not be, let me take this NASDAQ out, indicating that this trade is not finished yet, and there is a good potential to get more off the table, and then this is how it is. So if we look at the ES, also there is another indication here. If we notice, when you are auto trading and you're taking the swing trading, which almost never fell, I cannot say never, but almost 8 out of 10 is very accurate. When you see the market, which I was covering this with a gentleman yesterday, one of our clients, if you notice this yellow lines here, once this market entered this yellow line, don't need a brainer, does not require any professional trading or any experience. Once this market enter this yellow area here, or vice versa, we have it on the top as well. Those two yellow lines indicate what happened on the previous highs and lows. So when you are auto trading and you are getting into this yellow line, this means you should not allow your auto trade to take a trade anymore to the short position. Actually, it is the opposite direction. You have to close your auto trade, overwrite your auto trade. What we do on all our auto trades, what you do, you can say close position. It takes you 1 millisecond to do that, and you can secure much higher profit than just leave it alone. If you are busy, you should not be trading. And now if we notice here, this market has crossed this line. This means those trades are no longer valid. What we can do, we can close those trades, and there is a short position, so we can take some profit off. And then if we wanted to continue with the trading, we can go ahead and reactivate the auto trade to start taking a trade. It's a very simple. When we are reading this one here, this line here, when we read this line right there, and when the ES cross it, that means there is no more short trade, and you need to overwrite your auto trade. So in this area here, you secure the profit 3,000, and on this one here, you secure the profit 2,000. That's 5,000. Usually, you should be stopping. If you still have the appetite to go for one more round, what you need to do, you right-click and you say reload, and now, because we overwrite the auto trade, and now the auto trade is going to start taking a trade. This number will start disappear when the bar close, and now it is reactivated to go one more round with the same setting. If you are on $1,000, or if you are on a $500, or if you are on a $300 daily. So what we do, we're gonna right-click in here, and we're gonna say reload. So what we are doing here, we are reactivating the auto trade to go one more round. And as we see here, this number, we have crossed this number, we have a double resistance, which I think it will maintain going back to the 38.84. Another things also, when you see this number has been penetrated, also you have this option. As you see right now, it is clear what we can say also if you want to, because now what happened, this number has been touched. This number has been touched. So what we can do, we say we can click on this button here and say you should not take any more short. You should take only long. And the same story here right now, we just reactivated the auto trade, and this line, this number is going to disappear. What we say, long only. So this is something does not require any optimization, does not require a brilliant guy with many years experience under his belt. There is a few basic. If you try to cover the basic, you should be fine with it. So as we see here, it's just knowledge. And the future trading is not the auto trade, it's not the indicator, it's knowledge. Understand where is this market. The minute you start understanding where is this market going, we do not need to activate our motions with the trading. We don't need to get sweat over it and get involved our motions with the trading, but at least we need to know where we are in the market, and then we can touch this auto trades and we can go for one more round, or we can say I got 3,000 on this, I got 2,000 on this, I got 1,000 on this, I'm done for today. You should not. The biggest mistake we've been training people for over 10 years, and the same mistake we see, that people wanted to auto trade all day long. You should not do that. You always have to think when you are going to Las Vegas. You should not sit on the table all night, because you're going at the end lose. The way the market moves, whether it was last year and this year, or the year after or next year, the way the market moves, it is spikes, slow down. Let me explain to you. It's like you're going up the stairs. When you are going up the stairs and you're going to 20th floor and you're going up the stairs. So you start climbing and you go the first round, the second round, and then what you do, you stop and you relax. And then you go up again, then you stop, and then you relax, and then you go up again. This is the same way the market behaves. So when the market is going to go long, it's not going to just keep going long all night long. What it does, it takes a break in between, and then it goes sideways. And then when it goes sideways, this is the disaster happen among traders, because they are auto trading. So the best way is to aim your daily target and stop trading. You should not be auto trading all day long. As we see right now, when we have predicted that this market is only going long after we crossed that number, and now the whole numbers has changed, and now the market is going up. We understand that as a matter of time, those two auto trade, they are going to the long trade only. And then before even the auto trade activated trade, I already know where is the destination for this trade. Every single trade has its own risk, and it has its own direction and destination. Every trade has a destination. It's not just you put. It's not just you put your stuff in a dishwasher and then everything is gonna come out fine. If we are taking long on this trade, I understand where is going to have a problem, and where we need to cross, and where it is the final touch to close that trade. The first problem we have is 38.52. This is a projection, as we notice here, look at this, the 38.52, the ES is flirting with. Once we are done with the 38.52, the next step is 38.67 we need to deal with. This is another bridge, we need to deal with it. Once we are done with this one, the third step and the final step, you have a resistance at 38.78, and once, by the time this market enter, the system will update your levels. It's not going to stay as what we are looking at right now. When the markets start going up to this area here, this is where there is a lot of reoccur some resistance, and once this market touch this line here, 38.78, or if the market come into the 37.78.50, probably it will have a problem and pull back to the 38.67. Then it's going to try again. Somewhere in this area, you have to close your position. So before it happen, I know where it is going. If this market go into the short side, there is no bread in here. Absolutely, there is no bread. With all the respect, whether you has spent all your weekend optimizing, changing direction, doing whatever you are doing, it doesn't matter what type of an auto trade you are auto trading. This short trade in here is not valid. This is short trade is not valid. Whether you are a manual trader or you are an auto trader, it's not valid. Very simple. If we look at this, this is a very nasty area. If you are an outsider, you're not adopted to fib line, and you see all those lines, you say, oh, this is a lot of lines, this is a lot of rubbish, this is... No, when it is a lot of lines, that means you should not be trading, you should not fuzzle with this market here. This is a turbulence, and you should not, again, you should not take a short trade. First of all, we are very close to the yellow lines, and once the market enter the yellow line, is going to reject again, and it's gonna go back up again, and we don't want to deal with that. So it's not in my interest to allow this auto trade to take a short, a small trade. Another things, because those are not ATRs. If you notice here, on both of the auto trade, there is a yellow lines. This is not an ATR, this is based on a price line. So if we notice here, there is a neutral, and this spike here, it was a neutral, and this one here, it is a neutral. This is not an ATR. That's why people with an ATR fail. Why? Because they are missing one wheel when you are auto trading ATRs. When you are trading ATR, you have one wheel missing. You don't have a neutral level. You don't have yellow. You only have long or short, which in that case here, if you are using an ATR, now you start losing on that trade. Because if we notice here, let's say your ATR took a trade somewhere around there, and this is still in neutral, has not even responded to the long trade yet. And I don't want it to take short. And that's why I directed this to auto trade to, I don't need to look at the YM, I only need to look at the ES. The ES is your signal. The ES, it is the door to your consistency, whatever market you are trading. We don't need to look at the YM chart. If we wanted to predict the market, we need to look at the ES, not with this junk Renko bar, no range, no tick chart. If we wanted to see the true market direction, we need, because we are a day trader. Now, if you are an institutional, there is different option with 15 minutes and 30 minutes, so we can look at the bigger picture. But for a guy like you, has no inventory, you cannot hold your ES overnight. Your broker close your account, close your position when the market close and we open at the Globex, that means you don't have enough money to maintain your ES from a day in and a day out, or holding your ES for 1 week or 1 month. So for us as a day trader, the 1 minute, it is the door to your success, not optimization to an auto trade, not tweaking an auto trade. There is nothing on the auto trade is gonna save you from a reality. We need to understand what's going on in the market. To understand where is this market direction going, we need to put the 1 minute ES that can give us the flashlight. The ES 1 minute, it is the oxygen for NASDAQ and YM. Whether we like the ES or not, we still, it is the 500 company presented by the ES. So you cannot dismiss this gorilla, because this gorilla ES, it is your signal to the market. Once we understand, even when we are looking in the morning on the DAX, we don't look at the DAX. Even the DAX is in Deutschland and the ES is somewhere else in the two different countries, and we still look at the ES to make decisions on the DAX. Your ES, it is your flashlight, it is your oxygen to your life every single day. Once we understand the direction of the ES, we understand the market, whether you are stock option, stocks, future trading, whatever you want to deal with it. The 1 minute, it is your oxygen. You can rub it off. You can say, oh no, that's crap. I will optimize my auto trade and I'll go to sleep. You can do that, but then you'll find out you don't have consistency. Because what you are doing, you're trying to get away from your responsibility. There is no such things in the market. You're going to close your eyes and you think everything is going to be fine. There is nothing, there is no free money anywhere. Anyway, as we see here, the auto trade, if we did not direct the auto trades to the long trade only, and after this yellow line, the auto trade would have took a short trade, and I'm not interested in it. Maybe there is a little money in there, but I'm not interested in it because this is a high risk trade. So we are using the same auto trade. If we are taking a short trade, it's going to be double high risk than the long trade. And I don't want to mess with it. As we see here, folks, if we look, now the numbers has changed. And now the numbers long is 38, 35. If we notice what happened here, the market dropped to exactly where it is. Anything above the 38, 35 is long. Anything below that number is short. Normally what happened with the market, come in and touch this market, get rejected 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Depends on the market. If the market decide to go short, then it will go ahead and break that number. And now the market is going short. Am I interested in the short trade? No, I'm not. I'm not interested in the short trade because it's not gonna live long. As simple as that. It is a very high risk. I'm not interested in it. And again, if you want to simplify the trade, this market is coming to this yellow lines here. And when this market come into this yellow line here, that means the short is over, and I'm not going to jump on the wagon for a couple bars. I'm not going to put a high risk. It's the opposite. What we should do, or our members should do, because if you are a member and you've been with us for a long time, without even thinking about it, this market here is gonna go, if this market dropped to the downside, this place here, where is the support area between those two yellow lines, when everyone taking short, this is where is your reversal to start taking long trade. While everyone taking a short, you are taking long. So I'm not interested in this short trade because there is not enough beef in there. And what I will do, I will wait to two option. We can also, we have said many times, even on a YouTube here, when the market dropped between those two yellow lines, we advised you to take on a sim one micro account ES long as an example. We don't know if this market gonna stop here or here. This is not overbought, oversold indicator. This is not the baby stuff. I don't know what is overbought, oversold indicator. What happened to the supply demand? What happened to all this, or double top or double bottom? What happened to the triple top? What happened to the triple bottom? All this baby nonsense, it doesn't exist in the trading. This is just a baby stuff for amateur trading. But the reality is, I don't know when the market, if it's going to drop here. I don't know if it's going to stop in here or in here or in here. But I know one thing, if the market came into this support area, I will take reverse trade and then nail this market from the bottom all the way to the top. And that can make perfect trading. And a lot of, first, you're not expose yourself on a lot of trades in the market. You're picky where you need to put your trade. No matter how much this market gonna go against you, if you are taking the trade from here, reversal, no matter how much it's gonna drop, you are on the right direction. No matter how much it's going to drop, you're gonna nail it. Vice versa, if this market come all the way to the top, close your auto trade, take a trade, reverse. A micro account, one contract, micro account, it's not going to bother your account, one micro account. And wait, as we see here, folks, look at this. As we see, what happened to the short? It was misled. So when we have an auto trade, let's say an ATR auto trade, by now it's taking long, he lost, and he's taking short and he lost. That's two trades, losing trades. An average of 20 ticks or 15 ticks. On an ATR, you have to put 30 ticks, 40 ticks, because it's not accurate indicator. But let's say you're putting 15, 20 ticks on one contract. So how many ticks you lost by not knowing what's going on in the market? So by now, if you were using an ATR, you're done for today. You lost at least $500, at least. But when we are consistent on the right direction, and we avoid trouble in the market, you're always trying to find a way to accomplish what you need for today and get out. So again, folks, your oxygen is not coming from your auto trade or dishwasher machine, whatever you want to call it. Your oxygen, your consistency, your trade, your profit is coming from your eye looking at the ES, and then you make a decision. Should I unleash my auto trade? Should I direct my auto trade long? Should I? When people say, Sam, do I have to do that? The minute the traders say, do I have to do that? Or I'm so busy to do that, don't you have any other solution? That means this guy is a dead meat. He will not gonna get up and succeed in the market. Immediately, you put him on the other box. You know, immediately that guy is not gonna make it in the trading. Trading is not a dishwasher machine. You turn it on and you finished. No, no, sir. By looking at the ES, understand what's going on, you make a decision and you let your auto trade go for what you are wanted the auto trade to do for you. So the most question is, do I do manual trade or do I do auto trade? There is no way anymore for us to keep up with the market doing manual trade. I can, but not the new guy. I can go and use a manual trade on an empty chart. I can read it. The new guy around the block has been around for 3, 4 years. He cannot. But what we can do, we can understand the market and take the motions away and direct that auto trade to the right direction. If you don't have time for it, stop trading. If you want to go on a holiday, close your computer. You don't go on a holiday and auto trading. We have to show the good and the bad. We have a system. This one, it was the last auto trade we released. This auto trade can find the average price, and it is built especially for a micro account. And we built it really to be overnight. You can auto trade it overnight. But then what we find out overnight, sometimes it's very hard to get filled. In a real account, sometimes it's hard to get filled. So this one here is now just made 500 on the ES. And we thought we got away with it, but we find out on the glowbacks, sometimes you don't get filled, or sometimes because the market is so slow, there is some other technical problems, not with the auto trade, I don't want to go through it. So even this one here, we built it to be 24/7. We find out sometimes when you are on a live account, sometimes you don't get filled. And when you don't get filled, this is a problem. Or if you get overfilled, this is not just NinjaTrader platform. On every platform, sometimes you get overfilled. So even this one here, it is done and built for people don't want to use their brain. And what it does, pick up the trades from the fib lines, get an average price, and cash it all at once. What happened, we bump into different problems. When you don't have your eye on it, there is a possibility you're going to get overfilled, or probably your broker will not get you filled. And that is a disaster. So what I'm saying is, always you need to keep your eye on the auto trade. And on the next webinar, we are going to cover, which I have encouraged my traders in our private webinar to turn it on overnight. But then we find out sometimes you get problems. Computers, overfilled, many other things now. I don't want to talk about it. You cannot leave any auto trading and attend it. You cannot do that. Simply, you cannot do that. So this auto trade, it is really for people are just, amateur trading, and they can put it, and this auto trade is a little bit forgiven how to. Let me show you an example on this auto trade here. This is an average price, and like now, what happened? Took a trade long here. It didn't go your direction. Went down to the fib line, and then it took the second trade and cashed it in. That's why I'm saying it's a friendly use, and it does not require any optimization. Now the trade that just closed here took a short trade, and the market did go the opposite direction. Then he took a trade here and averaged the price here. This is a very tricky stuff. So what happened overnight, we find out when you are going live, and if you don't keep your eye on it, sometimes when you're trying to close position, your position not from the auto trade, but you're not getting filled. And that is a problem. So now, as you see now, the auto trade taking a trade on the lower level, he will get one, get the average price, and exit out of that as soon as possible. This is a very tricky auto trade, very complex, and even we thought we got away with it, and we find out we bump into different problems that sometimes at night when you are sleeping, most likely some of the trades you're not going to get filled on, and that can go against you, the magic turnaround against you. Let me go back and showing you, because a lot of people has misguided about auto trading. We have directed, if you've been with us from the beginning of this webinar, we have directed those two auto trades not to take short and only take long. How long we've been now? How long we've been directing those two auto trade to go long only? For at least 20 minutes. And as we see, look at this, as we see, the market is not going short, it's just going sideways. What did we miss? Nothing. Do I need to jump on that trade and take a high risk, 8 out of 10, to make 1 bar or 2 bars profit? No. You don't go and jump on a trade to make couple bars. It depends on your time frame. You don't go and take a couple bars profit and your stop loss is couple of 3 bars. This is no more trading. This is gambling. There is a very fine line between gambling and trading. So what did we miss in here? Nothing. Why? Because we're not buying that. We're not buying that. If this market is going to stay like this, it's better off for you to stay away from the trade than to lose money. You're not going to get hair out of a bull-headed man. You're not going to get ticks profit when there is no ticks to be made. Forget all this rubbish, this baby stuff. If the market is sideways, you're not going to get anywhere. Whether you are a manual trading, auto trading, you're not going to get anywhere. As we notice until now, those two charts has not even confirmed there is a long trade. So this is the difference between a dummy moving average call and ATR, and when the bars are based on a price line and a price levels. It's a total different algorithm. As we notice here, it was yellow, whereas this yellow here, neutral, below that yellow is short, above this yellow is long. Okay? If we notice here on the YM, yellow, 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 and maybe now the price line or the price level, it has to be above the 33.15 before it start turning to blue, or maybe it's going to get to yellow. The algorithm is calculated, and then once we have those bar confirming is a long trade and it turn to blue, then the auto trade is going to be nailing it immediately. We're not going to be missing trade. As we see right now from the ES is still below the 38.37, and it got stuck between the target 2 and is having a hell of a time to break those area, and there is no way I will take short if the market go below this yellow line. Those basic, you can learn them in 1 week or 2 weeks. It does not require learning price action and put you in a class training you what is a price action and charging you $700 a month. There's no use for that. Everything you need is on that chart. You need to learn it. In our experience, people do not learn how to read the 1ES 1 minute. In our experience, for many years, we never seen them get success in the trading. Never. They never build consistency. Their future is hanging on an auto trade, and when the market goes sideways, they get whacked. They lose money. Why? They cannot read it. If this market moving, they make a lot of money. If this market sideways, they lose a lot of money, indicating they don't have consistency. When you don't have consistency in the trade, that means you are one disaster trader. One day you make 10,000, the other day you lose 15,000. That means you are one disaster trader. You will never get up and go because you're not building anything. You just leaving your destiny to the market movement. We cannot leave our destiny or our trading or our account to the market movement without us interfering and understand what's going on. The first things you need to do, close your ears. The second things, as you see, what a bad experience those people following people on the cryptocurrency on any channel and follow those people, you will see yourself how many billions of dollars they lost. They lost tons of money. I own a crypto, but I give it to my kids. I'm not going to trade it. I'm not going to cash it. I just give 2 wallets to my kids. One day they will be either have money in those wallets, or maybe it will be nothing but just bananas. I don't care. A little here and a little there, and I give it to my kids, and I said, have a nice life. That's it. Many people follow those YouTubers on the crypto. They've been saying, oh, this is the bottom. When it was at 65, 60, they said this is the bottom. 50, they say it's the bottom. 40, they said it's the bottom. 30, they said it's the bottom. 20, they say it's the bottom. And they all lost money. And look what happened to the market here. The market finally could not, if we notice here, the market keep going to the same yellow line. And the market now couldn't go farther. It's finished. And now those auto trade, they've been no trade for 20, 30 minutes. And now they are going to start taking a trade because this level here, now we start talking. Simple as that. Now the 2 auto trade will start taking a trade, folks. So what we have done, we stayed out of trouble for 30 minutes. We did not lose money. When you don't trade, you don't lose money, it's a profit. And it is a matter of time right now when those numbers become over the price line, because this is not a dummy ATR, then those 2 auto trade will start cruising on that trade. And as I said from the beginning, before the auto trade taking a trade, I know exactly what I'm waiting for. Once those 2 auto trade taking a trade, we are going to the first bumper at 38.59. On the way up, the chart is going to re-update itself automatically. You don't need to do anything. And now it's a matter of time because here's your price line, and now it's going back to those level. Then the auto trades are going to take in, and then the second bumper, it will be 38.66, and it is, when you see those lines, it is also for you indicating this is an option for you if you want to take a trade or if you want to cash in your auto trade. When your auto trade taking a trade and you bump in, this is a different story. You can measure the pressure in the market or the momentum in the market, and then you can make a decision to override the auto trade and close it. So the first bumper is here, 38.60, 38.67, and then final destination for today, and then you walk away from the computer, 38.79, and it is done. It's already been set up. It's already been planned. Before we take off, everything has been planned. So when these auto trades start taking long, and it's a matter of time before this auto trade taking long, I know where is the destination on that trade. I know where is my option to take a profit. There we go. Look at this. And I know what is the limitation on that, and I know exactly, most likely, how much I will be making on that trade. We don't just turn on auto trade and climb a tree and eat banana. If you do auto trade is taking a trade, you have to watch your chart like a hawk to evaluate how you want this auto trade or how we can maximize the trade. You don't have time, you're going to lose. You have some problem emotionally, get a shrink. But there is no other solution like a crystal ball is going to save you from disaster. You know, like anything in this life, you have to have a driver license to drive, you have to have a pilot license to fly, you have to have a license to be captain, and here you have to earn it. You don't just excuses for no reason. So we are on the right direction, and it is a matter of time before we go take a long, and I know what is my destination on that trade, and I know exactly, most likely, how much I will be getting on that trade. Simple as that. I don't leave my future to the market. I don't leave everything to the market. We have a brain. Also, I want to, for our members on this auto trade, which we are going to cover very soon, which I was covering with one gentleman yesterday. I'm a kind of guy. I'm against the trading stop, because trading stop is a. I don't get it why you need to put trading stop on a winning trade. I don't. But what you can do, you can break even, as we see here on the ES. There is a resistance line on the 6 range at 38.41, and the market going back. Close it. And let the auto trade take another trade. Or if you want to break even a +1 take and let it ride. Close it. What's wrong with that? Close it. Let it take another trade. Keep your eye on it so you do not get overfilled or something. Folks, that's all what we have for you today. There is no short trade, and it's not going to be short trade, maybe all the way till noon. I don't know what happened in the afternoon. So we wish you the best, and we will see you tomorrow, the same channel. Thank you very much, and wish you a very happy new year, and God bless every one of you.